From a drug dealer to a youth leader, all the way from Poland. Matthew, Martin, and Marek were best friends for many years. If there was a problem or a scuffle or a fight in the school, these three would definitely find their names in it. So much was their friendship. But Matthew is dead now, Martin is in the prison, and Marek is a youth leader in the Adventist church. How did this happen? Marek grew up in a Christian family with a lot of praying and singing and a close association with the Lord. When he was growing up, when he stepped into his teen, Marek fell in love with this very beautiful young girl. Little did he realize that this young girl would break his heart in a couple of days. Needless to say, Marek was devastated. He locked himself 2 weeks in his room and never came out. He prayed and cried to the Lord, "Lord, bring her back to me. It hurts, it pains so much." But the girl never came back. Marek stopped praying. He came out of his room and started using drugs as a respite. So much so that he made friendship with another drug peddler called Martin. Martin and Marek started using drugs, and slowly they graduated to becoming drug peddlers. Very soon, Marek and Martin had a lot of money and a lot of parties to attend. 2 years had passed in this kind of a lifestyle. It was the year 2000. In the last week of December, Marek decided that he would go and visit his grandmother, whom he had not visited in a very, very long time. When he walked into his grandmother's house, in the front room was a picture of Jesus Christ. He felt was looking at him. He didn't believe that Jesus was real before this. But this year, 2000, he thought we are celebrating Jesus Christ's birthday 2000 years. His thoughts drifted back to the stage when he was a little boy, when he used to pray, when he used to have a quality Christian life. He remembered that the Bible depicted Jesus to be a good person. But the question was, he thought to himself whether he was a good person. Then he heard this very pleasant, calm voice. It said, "Marek, you are a good person." Till this date, Marek still doesn't know where the voice came from. After several days, Marek visited a lady who told astrology and future through cards. The lady told him that the world is going to end very soon. Marek believed her. Around that time, Marek started to read the Bible. He wanted to know how the end is going to come. He thought the book of Revelation in the Bible would give him answers. He read the book 3 times cover to cover, but understood nothing. He came to the Gospels. He understood nothing. He wanted to know how the world would end. One night after his big party, he came out and sat in his car having a meal from a takeout, when he saw a neon sign which said, "Signs of the Times." He made a mental note that he would come back tomorrow to this bookstore to find any book which would answer the questions that is raging inside him. So next day, without his friends, he walked into the bookstore and asked, "Do you have some books about Nostradamus?" The bookstore lady said, "We don't have a book on Nostradamus, but we do have a book called The Great Controversy from an author called Ellen G. White." Marak was stunned that he bought this big fat book and walked home. After he started reading from the book, he realized history, Bible, and this book were all same in its depiction. Everything seemed to match up what he read online. One night when he was reading The Great Controversy, he asked himself whether he is receiving light like how Martin Luther received the light. At that moment when he asked this question, there was a light above his head. He saw a reflection on the mirror of this light flickering on top of his head. First for 10 seconds, then for 15 seconds, and then for 20 seconds. Suddenly he noticed the reflection of himself in the window, and he could see there was a bright light on his head, like kind of a halo. The answer was very clear. I have the light in my head, he decided. This was the first time Marak sensed the presence of God in his life. He knelt down and said, "God, if you are like this, I want to serve you." From a drug peddler to the youth leader. Thank you for the 13th Sabbath offering in 2017, which helped build a television studio for Hope Channel Poland. Marak is a long-time youth leader of the Seventh-day Adventist Church here and also a speaker in the Hope Channel Poland. God bless Marak.